Well, welcome on behalf of Booker Marine. I leave it to my chairman to welcome you more formally later. And if I can just welcome formally Captain DDG Maritime. Well, thank you for taking the effort. The SAMSA board, SAMSA acting CEO, thank you very much. All our other friends from SAMSA, you've known for many years now. Mr. Pranil Ramchanda, Executive of Corporate Affairs at Kumba, thank you very much for taking the time to be here. I think there are a number of representatives from Anglo American and Kumba who will be doing this online. There will also be other directors of Booker Marine doing this online, but welcome very much to my chairman, Bambapanzi Nkembu. I'm going to be quick. Personally, what this means to me, I'm reminded of Charles Dickens' opening lines in A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, age of foolishness, it was the epoch of belief and the epoch of incredulity. And we find ourselves in a time where this has been an opportunity to break away from perhaps the worst of times to celebrate what we hope will be some of the best of times. I want to thank particularly my personal thanks in regards to everyone who's involved in bringing the ship into the fleet during a very difficult time to do that. No international travel, organizing the finance was quite a challenge. To our charterer and industry development partner for the last 10 years, Anglo American. Anglo American Shipping is taking the ship on charter. To our partners and our fellow directors in Japan, at K-Line, and particularly to Mr. Hida, we dealt with all these financing arrangements under very trying circumstances. To the managers at Fairmont, and who assisted with the operational take-on of the ship while it was in Asia. To SAMSA, for very professional and a very well organized registration process. To our lawyers, to everyone who was involved in this registration, thank you very much. I must also mention a few people who, and there were many, there were probably more people involved in the organization of this event than there are actually at the event. But our particular thanks go to our friends at SAMSA, Busi, who's not here, Tabi Singh, Sabantu, Taboho. I'll take up the whole afternoon if I was to mention them, but thank you very much for everything you did putting this together, acting CEO. To all the officials in the Minister's office, we tried so hard, but ultimately unsuccessfully, to have the Minister here. We certainly thank them. To the Chief Harbour Master, Mr. Rufus Lakala. To the Acting Harbour Master of Saldanha, who I gracefully met and was very pleased to have done that this morning. To Captain Vernal Jones, the Port Manager, the Port Captain, everyone at Transnet Port Terminals, everyone at the port has just been great. To people from Anglo American, from Corporate Communications, Adrian Cochran from Kumba. There were so many people involved in making this a successful event, and even though most of those people couldn't be here, and we're very grateful to all of them. I'm going to leave the words to be said to other speakers, but if I can just pass one metaphor, and it is, I once encountered an economics professor who was convinced that every major economic theme could be reduced to an agricultural metaphor. So, for instance, tax was about preparing the field with appropriate policies and laws and interpretations so that it could be planted, sharing the harvest, protecting the crop, and that was anti-avoidance and things like that. And throughout my life, I've never stopped trying to align economic principles with that because of this. But here's the thing. The international shipping field in South Africa is a very, very large one. And it's a very, very fertile one. But we've allowed foreigners to farm it using foreign labor, and we're not even charging them for the benefit of having done so. We've simply assumed that we can't do it ourselves. Well, Booker Marine is plying a tiny corner of that field. And we certainly hope that we demonstrate that South Africa can do it. This is not sustainable for a country with high unemployment, low economic growth, and a high reliance on ocean logistics to be outsourcing it completely. So we have our own labor in the form of a seafarer base. We plan to have our own fleet, and we plan to farm more and more of this massive field of opportunity in South Africa, and we welcome others to get onto that field as well. It can be done, it has been done, it's time to do it more. I'm going to hand over now, though, to my good friend, Dr. Panzi, to take it from here. Thank you very much.